What's going on, LOCKTALK family? It's your boy Jason, and I'm back for another MLB player prop picks breakdown video. If you've been liking the content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and leave a comment for that YouTube algorithm. I want to get to 1,000 subs, and I want to keep on coming up here and dropping plays and things like that. So if you want to keep on motivating me for me to come up here and dropping this type of content, hit that, man, and let's get it going. So just to recap, yesterday we had a great Monday to start the week off, right? Went 2-1. Brittany Sykes over 23.5 PRA. I gave that for free on my Instagram, but also as a premium pay at 11 a.m. The line moved to 24.5, 25.5 as I gave it out for free. So if you're in premium, you got that line before it jumped to minus 130. Not only that, we also had Edward Cabrera over his Ks. I also gave that out at minus 120. It went to minus 150 on some books later on in the day. So guys, if you guys do want to tap in and get all my premium plays so you can cash out like all these guys right here, just go over here into my site. I put a pinned comment with the link to my site, and I also put something special in there so I can show you just straight up. So obviously you can tap in for one of the longer term packages, or we even have season packages as well. I can show you right here. We have the rest of the year season package, NFL full season. We have one more spot here left, and then it's gonna go up to I think $7.99 for the full season. But if you guys just want to tap in for the day, all you gotta do is hit the subscribe button right here, and then I have a special promo code for you guys. Hold on, let me see if I can move this so you guys can see. But right here, if I want to sign up for my own package, but I want to use today's promo for anyone on the YouTube, just type in this word video, and you'll get 50% off any of the packages. It's easy like that. If you guys did want to get, and I'll show you right now, you guys did want to get, let's say, the NFL season package. Hold on. Now I got to move this around a little bit. You hit that subscribe button. The one great thing about it is you can use something like Affirm or Klarna. You don't have to pay this $4.99 right now. You could pay it over time. And if I click on this, you can do something as low as, even with no interest. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let's see. You can do one with no interest, 166 every month for the next, I think, 3 months instead of $4.99 straight up. So again, guys, there are many ways for you guys to tap in and rock it with us. So take advantage. Make sure you use that promo code if you did want to tap in just for the day or something like that. But all right, guys, let's just go straight into the picks, and let me move this screen. All right, guys. So I don't know if I'll go through every single game, but let me know if you guys like these game breakdowns or you rather just see the player prop videos. I like them all. I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. I'm kind of just want to come up here and, give back, drop some plays in my insights. Obviously, you want all my premium picks and exactly what I'm giving out to premium. You have to type into premium, man. Things change. My analysis can change depending on the information that comes out later in the day. So mind me if, not every single play I'm going to talk about is going to win. It's not. I guarantee you it's not. I'm just talking about spots based off the games and what I've read and what I've seen and what I've gone through already. I'm going to send out premium plays probably early today because there are some lines that I want to beat. But let's go straight into it, man. All right, so let's talk about the first game on the board that I have in front of me at least. Let me see. And this is a tough game, man. It's a tough game. We got the Houston Astros against the Philadelphia Phillies. Aaron Nola against Justin Verlander. So that's going to be interesting. I did say last game I liked the under. Astros came on the late game, travel. They didn't score that much. And then also they had good pitchers on the mound. So we will see. I mean, the Astros have still been one of the hottest teams since the All-Star break. And it's a tough game, man, because the Phillies have not been hitting that well against righties. But I don't like Verlander since his injury. I mean, he's never been the same. He's kind of like Garrett Cole. He's still excellent, but he's not the ace pitcher we're used to. 3-3 on the season so far. I mean, he's been okay, man. Like, he's not an ace like he used to, but he's definitely a good pitcher, though. I'll give him that. Aaron Nola on the other side, I mean, he's given up a ton of earned runs, opportunities. Unlike the other game, I could definitely see maybe runs being scored. Maybe the Houston bats are a little bit better than the first time. I think Jordan Alvarez is back from his injury. I think he played last night. So I don't see any big problems with that. I mean, I think the bats and the Astros, I could definitely get to Nola. And even though the Phillies bats have not been the best, I think they can also get to Verlander. I think their bullpen should be a little bit better because, obviously yesterday they had the travel, they had that series where they used some of their higher leverage arms. So I think this could be an overtype spot, or maybe, if I had to pick a side, oh man, I don't know. I think maybe I'll go with the Astros, but I don't love Verlander, man. I'm probably gonna skip the game. If I was to pick a spot, I'll probably look at over 8.5. But I'll have to look at the weather again. I don't remember off the top of my head how the weather is for this game, but that's where I would lean this one. All right, next game. We had the Kansas City Royals, Gavin Williams on Cleveland versus Michael Lorenzen. And Michael Lorenzen, man, he shocked me last time he pitched. He went against the Reds in American Small Park and pitched a gem, bro. I mean, he's in the last 2 games only given up at most 2 earned runs. So technically, these are all quality starts. And Gavin Williams, man, he's been okay, but I'm not in love with him either. I mean, KC, they're a much better hitting team at home than on the road, but they could definitely get to Gavin Williams. I mean, just take a look at his earned runs per 9. I don't know. I think for me, if I was to make a play on this game, the total, I don't know, 9's tough. I mean, I could definitely see runs being given up by Lorenzen and Gavin Williams, so maybe that could happen. But, I mean, Lorenzen's been pretty excellent. Cleveland has not been hitting well against righties. Kind of similar to what I've been saying about the Phillies. They're a really good team at one point in the season, but right now have pretty weak numbers against right-handed pitching. So I honestly think the Royals at plus money, and particularly in the first 5, is not a bad spot. I think money line, the first 5 plus 134. You want to do, let's see, plus a half, minus 1-2 on KC. I don't think that's bad at all. I think, however, you have to be a little concerned because Cleveland can definitely get to Lorenzen. I don't like Casey's bullpen's definitely been improved with some of the guys they picked up during the All-Star break. I mean, during the trade deadline. But Cleveland still has one of the better bullpens. It's tough. I think I'll probably want to roll with KC plus the half on the run line. You could do just straight money line plus 134 if you want. But I think I want to kind of focus. I think there's value on KC. I don't love Lorenzen, though, to be honest. So this is not my favorite game on the board. But I do think Lorenzen can do okay. I mean, he's been having quality starts, 1-2 earned runs every time in his last few starts, even in Cincinnati, where, I mean, I thought he was going to get touched up. But honestly, Cleveland, low strikeout rate historically. They force walks. So Lorenzen would definitely give up some chances. So, I mean, that's why, even though, like, at plus money, which definitely piques my interest, it's tough. But that's why I would roll in that one. All right, next game. And again, guys, all these games start at 6:40 Eastern time, so you have a lot of time to lock in these plays. Again, these are just my leans. This does not mean go bet these, put these in parlays. I'm just giving you my thoughts on the sides. I don't particularly bet a lot of sides and totals all the time. Like, I rock a lot of props, to be honest, especially when I see good opportunities. But all right, the Oakland game. So we have Mitch Spence against. Oh, what's going on? I can't even look. I guess they don't have a Cincinnati pitcher lined up. I thought I saw someone. Let me see. You know, I'm just going to skip this game. I mean, honestly, the Athletics bats have been kind of cooling down from their hot start or their hot run last month. But Mitch Spence is probably one of their better pitchers among the low-quality pitchers they got. Cincinnati, again, I mean, they're at home. I think there could obviously be runs in this game, though, even though I just said Oakland has had, not the best time with their hitting numbers as of late. But I don't know they don't have a pitcher listed, I guess, for the Cincinnati Reds. So I'll probably skip this game. I mean, it's not a big deal, guys. I mean, there are a ton of more games to talk about here. All right, I'm doing this live with you guys. All right, so the next game, we got the Los Angeles Angels against the Detroit Tigers. And simply put, man, Johnny Cueto, in my opinion, is not an MLB quality pitcher. There's no way I want to back the LA Angels with that terrible Angels bullpen. The hitting numbers have been getting better, but they're not. The Angels are not the Angels are facing a left-handed pitcher in Herter. I mean, Detroit's pitching is okay, but they obviously gave up a lot of guys. Skubal's probably their best pitcher, though. He's obviously a Cy Young candidate. We'll see if he ends up winning. I don't know what the weather is off the top of my head. I honestly don't have it in front of me in the screen, but maybe you could look at an over, but I do think if I had to pick a side, even though it's juiced, I mean, I'm probably not going to bet it. Cueto could definitely get touched up again in this type of game. I mean, Detroit, they don't have the best hitting numbers, but Cueto, in my opinion, is not a quality pitcher. So I would fade Cueto in some fashion or maybe do the over. So Detroit or the over is where I would look at. But, I mean, I'm not super confident in this game. I mean, both teams don't give a crap about it. I mean, Detroit has nothing to play for. Angels have nothing to play for. But that doesn't mean you can't make money on these type of games. So I'm just saying that it adds some type of variability, right? All right, let's talk about this next game. We got the Chicago Cubs against the Pittsburgh Pirates. This is going to be a good game because Jared Jones of the Pittsburgh Pirates will be facing my man Justin Steele, and we've been cashing on Justin Steele all season long, man. But let's talk about Jared Jones, man. Amazing strikeout type pitcher. The guy could pitch, I think, up to 105 miles per hour on his fastball. So, I mean, the thing I will say is I said in the last video, and I gave you guys the Chicago Cubs last video, they've been hitting very, very well, man. And they could definitely get to Jared Jones who's off injury. So we'll see how he comes back off injury. It's not for certain how he's gonna do. I mean, he could definitely come back super nice. We'll see if he has a limited pitch count, things like that. But I think Chicago could definitely get to Jared Jones. I mean, they have one of the best hitting numbers right now in the last few weeks, or at least in the month of August. On the other side, man, Justin Steele has been excellent, man. An amazing strikeout pitcher. I mean, just look at that. 9.15 strikeouts per nine. He obviously doesn't even play 9 innings, right? So the guy has shown time and time again he's an amazing pitcher. The one thing I will say also is that the Pittsburgh Pirates have terrible numbers against lefties in the last month, or at least the month of August. So I think there's a spot where Justin Steele can definitely excel, but we'll see how Jared Jones comes back off his injury. There were times, man, he either strikes you the F out or he gets rocked. I think Chicago could definitely get to him, and even if they don't, he probably won't pitch super deep into this game. So they'll have to go through that Pittsburgh bullpen, which has been okay. It's been okay, but yeah, Jared Jones can definitely get caught. Obviously, this line minus 130, I think, is reasonable. So I would lean with Chicago, man. I think Chicago gets the job done again, but there is variability that Jared Jones can pitch a gem because he is that type of pitcher. But again, off injury, Chicago has good numbers. There's definitely tons of opportunities for them to rock Jared Jones today, but we'll see. In the beginning of the day, or I think last night, they didn't have a listed pitcher, so he is the listed pitcher as of right now. All right, in the next game, we got the New York Yankees. My Yankees against the Nationals. Patrick Corbin against Garrett Cole. And there's not too much for me to say here. You could see the number right here, minus 225. I'm pretty sure it should be minus 300. Look, man, is there value? I maybe take a stab with the Nationals for sure. Patrick Corbin looked very good in his last game, but that was against the Rockies. The Rockies have not been hitting anyone, especially left-handed pitching. He struck them out, I think, like 8 strikeouts. Corbin did also pretty good against the Phillies. He only gave up 2 earned runs, which is really impressive because the Phillies are a top team against left-handed pitching. Will they do that against the Yankees? I don't think so, and I personally don't think you're getting compensated enough. I think these lines are wrong. There's no way it's plus 194. That's way too low. The question is, if you wanted to bet on this game, how you would bet it. I actually think this might be a game you could maybe do a live bet on. So this is my logic. So if you like the Nationals, wait until the Yankees get a run or 2 on Corbin, then bet it late because the Yankees bullpen is terrible, man. And maybe bet the run line where it's like plus 3.5, plus 4.5. The Nationals can maybe get a few runs on them on the live game. And on the other side, if the Nationals, let's say, get a run on Cole early, I think the Yankees can come back and maybe possibly win the game. But I'm not betting this game. I think the only way you could play is Yankees on the money line or laying 2.5 runs or 1.5 runs, but it's going to be juiced. So I don't love this spot. I think Corbin, even though he's looked really good in his last 2 games, Yankees, man, they could definitely get to him for sure, bro. I don't have to go through the numbers. But the thing is, the Yankees bullpen is garbage, man. Garbage. So, yeah, I don't love this game, but it has to be Yankees or nobody. If you want to try to take a stab, trying to bet underdog or you think there's value, go ahead. I'm not going to do that. But you guys can go try. All right, the next game we got Cooper Criswell against Yair Rodriguez. Toronto Blue Jays against the Red Sox. I think I can see runs in this game. Yair Rodriguez has not been good. Red Sox, granted, they've been slowing down against right-handed pitching, but they still have really good numbers. I think they can definitely get to Yair Rodriguez. On the other side, Toronto have a low strike rate. They can definitely get to Cooper Criswell as well. Just look at their earned runs per 9, 4.41. Yeah, I think I like to see runs. If I have to bet a side, though, I don't know if I want to back Cooper Criswell. I think there could be slight value with Toronto on the money line. But again, Toronto Blue Jays bullpen has been getting better, but trash. Red Sox bullpen is trash. So I think there could be runs. I don't know what the weather's like. Obviously, take a look at that if you want to consider betting this. I'll look at the total more on the side. I think it's 50-50 on the side, in my opinion, to be honest. All right. Let's see the next few games. We got the Atlanta Braves against the Minnesota Twins, and then the Minnesota Twins got absolutely rocked yesterday. That's the only game I lost yesterday. I got it early before the line moved at -108, and Ober just got smoked, bro. He got smoked, but they did give up. They gave up. They gave up. The Minnesota Twins ended up getting 6 runs, and I thought maybe I was praying that maybe the game would get delayed and I could get a 2-0 sweep, but it is what it is, man. It's part of the game. Now we got Simeon Woods Richardson against Swellenback. I mean, the Twins have been hitting pretty well against righties at home. Swellenback's been an excellent pitcher. Simeon Woods Richardson has looked better in his last few games. So, I mean, he has good strikeout numbers. I'm still surprised the Braves were able to get to Ober, but hey, we'll see how SWR does. I'm kind of looking at it under, man. Contrarian under, probably. People are not very high on Simeon Woods Richardson, but he's looked good in his last few games, man. Braves numbers are okay against righties. Twins numbers are better at home against righties, but I think Swellenback can do good enough. I think that 8 number is pretty good though, so I don't think it's a huge edge. If I was to bet a side, I mean, this goes to show you how tough this is. I would back Minnesota. I think Minnesota bounces back on this game. I think SWR is a little bit better than how people rate him, but again, guys, I like maybe the under in this one more than betting a side. But if I was forced to pick a side, I think there's some value with the Twins. All right, let's see. We went through a bunch already, guys. Let's see how long I've been recording for. It's been a good amount of time so far. So, guys, if you guys been liking the content, man, once again, hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment. Like, do you guys like these type of videos, or do you want the props to be back? Let me know. But all right, let's see the next few games. There's a lot of games today, guys. We got the San Diego Padres against the St. Louis Cardinals. Dylan Cease on the Padres against Miles Michaelis. And yeah, man, look, simply put, I think I'm going to roll with the Padres. Padres still been one of the most profitable teams on the road, especially on the run line. I honestly would bet the run line -1.5. Cease got hit in his last game, but I think they could bounce back against St. Louis, who's been kind of inconsistent with the bats. Michaels has been good, but Padres still have really good numbers. They've still been one of the best teams since the All-Star break. This looks like a trap, to be honest. Like, the line's a little bit too low to be getting Cease on the row, Cy Young type year so far. I mean, but hey, I'm gonna take it. Padres run line or money line. But I would say this: the Padres, when they do win, I mean, you guys can fact check me. For the most part, when they do win on the road, they also cover the run line. But you can lay -135, 140. It's a not as risky of a bet, but give me the plus money, man. I'll just do the run line. If I lose, it is what it is. Also, because they're on the road. All right, next game we got the Giants against the Milwaukee Brewers. Tobias Myers against Logan Webb. Look, I think there's value with the Brewers. Logan Webb's a much better pitcher at home because he's a ground ball specialist. Milwaukee has really good numbers still against right-handed pitching. I mean, they can crush Logan Webb. And Myers has been pretty good, man. He had some tough outings recently, I mean, but for the most part, still been a pretty good team. Giants are much better against left-handed pitching than right-handed pitching on the season. So I think there's value with the Milwaukee. You're getting a lot of brand value just because it's Logan Webb, but I honestly don't think it's deservingly so. Logan Webb much better at home. On the road, much different pitcher just because, again, he relies on that ground ball. If he gives up too many opportunities to these Brewers bats, the Brewers can absolutely smoke him. So we'll see, but that's why I would lean in this game. All right, guys, we're almost at the end. Let's see. Holy shit. All right, we got the Rangers against the White Sox. Garrett Crochet against Michael Heaney. I mean, Garrett Crochet hasn't been pitching too deep into games. Heaney's been pretty good and left. Pretty okay. I mean, he's a little bit better at home. I'll go on the under, but probably on the first 5 versus the whole game. The White Sox bullpen is garbage. Rangers bullpen's okay. I think, Crochet can do well enough maybe to hold off these Rangers. And then, I mean, the White Sox bats have just been terrible in general against all type of pitching. Heaney's not my favorite pitcher. I imagine the first 5, let's see, total might be a little bit lower. Let's see, first 5 total. Let's see, it has to be around 4 or 3.5. Let's see. Under 4.5 you get on DraftKings. Let's see, under 4.5 you get on DraftKings at -135. That's what I'll roll with. I don't think it's a bad bet at all. You have to look at the weather though. I don't know if the wind's blowing out. Obviously, Chicago's a little bit of a dangerous place to be betting totals, but that's where I'll lean, man. Betting aside, I guess. I mean, I'll go with the Rangers, but I mean, they're pretty juiced. All right, in the last few games on the board, man, we're almost at the end, bro. Miami Marlins against the Colorado Rockies. Rodri Munoz against Quantrill. And dude, I mean, total super high at 11. I'll roll with the Rockies. Munoz is terrible, or maybe the Rockies team total over, but I don't love this game. Rockies have been hitting okay. Munoz is garbage. With Quantrill, he's been okay as well. I mean, the Marlins bats have been good. I honestly would roll with the over square play, but yeah, I can't trust any of these pitchers, man. No way. All right, let's go to the next one. Tampa Bay Rays against the Seattle Mariners. Logan Gilbert against Jeff Springs, and Springs been okay, man. I mean, 1-2 on the season so far. Man, it's a tough game. I think Logan Gilbert's always a little bit overvalued, but he's much better at home than on the road. Yeah, give me the Seattle Mariners on the money line, -148, -150. I don't love this spot. I think the Tampa Bay Rays bats are still pretty good. They could definitely get to Gilbert, but again, Springs, he's a serviceable pitcher though. But on the season, man, Mariners have been a little bit better against lefties and righties, so I could definitely see them getting to Springs. But I think it'll be a close game. But I don't love it though. I don't love this game too much, to be honest. All right, guys. I think we're on the last one. Last two. I'm sorry. The New York Mets against the Arizona Diamondbacks. We got Edward Rodriguez against Sean Manaea. And Sean Manaea, he's been a little bit more reliable, but left-handed pitcher. Arizona has crushed lefties. Manaea, we'll see how he does. I mean, on the road, his numbers aren't as good. Diamondbacks, excellent team, but they still. I mean, let's see if they still have him back. Ketel Marte's still out. Moreno's still out. Alec Thomas. I mean, wait until these guys come back, bro. This team's gonna be goddamn dangerous. But I don't know, bro. I mean, if I was to bet a side, I mean, Rodriguez has been pretty good, but he hasn't been going too deep into ball games. Been giving up walks and runs. I mean, the Mets can definitely get to him for sure. They have really good numbers against left-handed pitching, but I think if I was to bet a side, I think the Mets might be the side at +100. I think the total is also a look. The over is maybe where I can lean, but I could definitely see a scenario where Manaea can shut them down. And the other side, Rodriguez could pitch a decent game, keep it low scoring. Tough game, man, but I'll lean Mets at +100. All right, guys. Let me take this last sip of coffee. Again, guys, look, you guys do want to tap in and get all my plays for what I'm actually giving out to my premium guys. We've been absolutely killing it. We had a 5.4 unit week last week, starting off the week on a winning day. Let's go do it again. I've been absolutely red hot on the WNBA. 11-2, man. 11-2 on the season. Those are insane numbers. So let's keep it going. Last game on the board. The Baltimore Orioles against the LA Dodgers, man. The Orioles, I don't know what is going on with these guys, but they have not been playing well since the All-Star break. They are below 500 team since the All-Star break. It's pretty sad, to be honest. I mean, you got Cole Irvin against Jack Flaherty, and Jack Flaherty has been excellent, dude. Excellent. And this is how crazy bad the Orioles have been doing. They're now +170 dogs on the road against the Dodgers. And look, I don't blame you. I mean, the Dodgers are a really good team, but I'm pretty sure if we were to price this first half of the season, Orioles will be maybe still a dog, but not +170. So you get the Orioles at +1.5 at -122. Oh, man, that's so crazy. But, hey, look, the Dodgers have been hitting very, very well. The Orioles, man, I mean, they're missing some good guys, bro. Westberg's an excellent batter. Mountcastle, obviously, an excellent batter. Zach Eflin, a good pitcher. So, I mean, they're missing guys, but so are the Dodgers, bro. Look at the guys that they're missing. Gonsolin, when he was a pitcher, shutout pitcher. Glasnow, excellent pitcher. So, I mean, they just got back, obviously, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman. I mean, so they have a dangerous lineup, man. I mean, Gavin Lux. Obviously, I also like to say River Ryan's also not that bad either. So, wait until these guys get healthy. I think the Baltimore Orioles will bounce back once they get their players. But, dude, I'll be honest. I mean, I get it. Dodgers should probably win this game, but I'm gonna go contrarian, bro. I mean, I know Flaherty has been absolutely excellent. I mean, do I want to lay run line with the Dodgers at home? Not really, man. I mean, I don't expect the Orioles to win. Don't get me wrong. I don't expect them to win. Cole Irvin's not that great of a pitcher either. And the Orioles numbers have not been good. But, yo, give me the Orioles at +1.5, man. Even at -122, they still have a lot of talent on this team. I don't imagine the Dodgers blowing them out. But, hey, anything's possible. The Dodgers are an excellent team. They're always overvalued. And I think People are super low on this Orioles team for good reason. They have not been performing well at all. I'm not probably gonna bet it, but I just think if I was to look at anything, I would have to look the Orioles way. I don't want to, even though maybe I'm being trapped, I'm being like all these guys who still been very high on the Orioles. I still think they're still a talented team. I know they have not been playing well, but yeah, man. I mean, let's see. Can I? Oh, I can't even go lower. Let me see. I have to move the screen a little bit. Just look at all the money's at, man. Everyone's on the Dodgers for good reason, man. Good reason. But I'm gonna go contrarian, man. Give me the Orioles a plus one half, or even just give me split it half money line. I think the Orioles have a chance against Flaherty, who of course has been excellent. Don't get me wrong, but that Dodgers bullpen has not been anything great. So if the Orioles can get back to old form and get to bullpens like they were before the All-Star break, they could definitely maybe lose by one. But all right, guys, look, thanks again for tapping in. You've been enjoying this content. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.